Welcome to the Pammie Plus Parks live chat. This is a special second anniversary edition, and I'm so excited to be celebrating the second anniversary of Pammie Plus Parks with you. It is Wednesday, August 7th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and I am Pammie, your plus size fairy godmother, bringing you all the magic Disney, Universal, and Florida have to offer plus size people and people with cognitive, sensory, mobility, and accessibility concerns. And if you're wondering why I'm totally out of breath, it's because one of my lights conked out and I got a phone call and I realized I forgot my agenda for tonight out in the living room. So literally 2 minutes before 8, I was running around the house like a mad person. You would think with all of the weeks of preparation I have had for this amazing live chat with you guys tonight that I would have it together, but no, I'm just a regular old crazy person, just like anybody else. And something always happens at the last second. Give me one moment here. I'm going to get my chat up and running. We do have chat going tonight. Let's see if... Oh, I'm not connected yet, but hopefully I will be in just a second. All right, there we go. All right, you guys, I have a lot to share with you tonight. There's some people I want to thank because I would be remiss if I didn't celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the channel by letting some people who've worked super, super hard for a really long time know how much I appreciate them. Then I've got a number of really, really amazing announcements to make. And then after that, we're going to get launched into a little unboxing. I received a package and I want to share with you what I got in it. And then finally, we're going to go over the topic of what tonight's chat is about. I wanted to thank the patrons on the Patreon account for all of their support, and I asked them to select our topic for tonight, and the topic they chose is my top 10 Walt Disney World rides, so I will be sharing that with you as well. I see there are tons of people who are waiting to be in this live chat, and I'm just going to take a quick second to say hello to a few people before we launch into the thank yous and so forth. Let's see really quick. Holy cow, you guys, there's so many of you. First of all, don't forget to say hello to your live chat moderators tonight. You have Jenny and Buddy and Christina and Karen. Everybody's here to help out and make sure that the chat stays on track. All those folks are here and have said hello. That is fantastic. Hi, you guys. Hey, Jack, how's it going? I was just thinking of you. I was putting on my makeup and I was like, I bet Jack could give me some great tips. I need help today. I have not been getting a lot of good sleep lately. This whole week, all I've been doing is thinking about this live chat, and it's been on my mind constantly. So, like, when you don't get a lot of good sleep and you're middle-aged, it shows on your skin like crazy. Hello, the Queen's New Yorker. How are you? Hello, Joanne. It's good to see you. Kelsey, hello. And hello to Orlando Theme Park 360. Good morning to you. Hello, Shelley. Hello, Bracken. Juliet, it's good to have you here. Maggie, hello. Groot, what's up? Colby, hello. Hello, J-Rod. The Queen's New Yorker, you're just going. Hello from Canada, Disney Mom 82, or Disney Mo 82, sorry. You can tell I need some new glasses. Karen D. Simone, it's great to see you as well, too. Okay, the Queen's New Yorker, that's Jason, that's right. Hi, Jason. How is City Walk Universal doing? He's a team member over there. All right, so, first and foremost, wow, 2 years on YouTube, as well as 2 years on Instagram and 2 years on Twitter, although I haven't really been active on those platforms until the last few months. And in a month or two, it'll be 2 years for the Facebook group as well, for Pammie Plus Parks and Facebook. So we'll just say 2 years for everything in general. When I first started this project, I just thought, okay, we'll make a few videos and I'll post them to this Facebook group that I belong to called Disney Parks for Plus Size Guests. And, you know, and Mark said save them on YouTube because you never know if people will want to watch them again. I started posting videos in Disney Parks for Plus Size Guests and then began to notice that more people were watching the videos on YouTube and it just grew from there. And it started off as just offering up information for plus size people on how to get on and off rides, and it has expanded to mobility, accessibility, cognitive, sensory. There are times when we even work with dietary concerns, with special medical diets and anxiety. There's folks who use the videos for anxiety as well, and just a whole host of different groups of special needs that I had no idea were not being met out there, where people weren't getting enough information or enough detail to know how to navigate theme parks and travel in general. And, I'm just astounded and so grateful for having kind of stumbled upon this and learning that this is a way that I can contribute to my plus size community and to the epilepsy community, the autism community, and so many other communities. And I'm so excited to be a part of that and honored that you guys let me do that. Thank you so much. Bug Eater Simpson says, congratulations for 2 years of outstanding work. Your informative videos are so wonderful and helpful. Thank you. You are welcome. Thank you for letting me do it. Hannah says, I love your channel. I'm a single mom in a chair, so your accessible video way back was great. We are heading to Disney in September, so I'll take any advice. Thanks. Keep it up. And I hope to give you even more detailed, better, more accurate information in the future as well. Kelsey says she was sad she had to cancel her trip in November. But yeah, that can be tough. I understand about financial stuff and having to revamp plans. I really do. And that's why I appreciate you guys here, because so many of you have, by watching the videos and even making contributions through super chats during live chats like this and other ways that you've made contributions, you've made it possible to give me the financing I need to continue to create this content. So I'm very grateful about that. But I do have a proper list of people that I'm going to go through really quick here. First and foremost, thank you to God for putting this in my path, because I have been looking and praying for something special that I could do. I felt like I didn't have any talents and I didn't have any skills and I really didn't have much of anything to offer anyone. And I tried volunteering and a lot of other different projects and nothing panned out. And finally, this just kind of fell into my lap, and I'm so grateful for it, because I really wanted to have something that I could do for other people to give me a better sense of purpose. I feel like I have been so blessed and I have had a really good, happy life, and I want to make sure other people have that too. And I wasn't sure how to go about it. I mean, there's lots of traditional ways to do it, but I just felt like there had to be something else, and I feel like God put this in my path for sure, so thank you for that. Of course, my husband Mark, he's been amazing. He was the one who suggested I start making the videos, and he has made every possible sacrifice that you can think of time, energy, resources, funding, to make sure that we have what we need to keep making these videos. So, someday, Mark, we will take a vacation. Everything that we would have used to take a vacation for the last 2 years has instead been put into this passion project. And Mark feels as passionately about this as I do. You guys don't always see him on camera, you don't always know what his contributions are, but I just want to take a second to let you know that, this guy's just given everything for this channel, and he really cares about you guys, and he loves seeing how happy you are when you get to take your trips, and I share with him your letters and cards that you send, and it means everything to him to be a part of this as well. So thank you, Mark. And I also want to thank my friend Melanie, who is a moderator at the Facebook group Disney Parks for Plus-Sized Guests. Now that's the group that I mentioned earlier, where I joined it and I was like, wow, these people are afraid to go on rides. They don't think they can fit. They're smaller than me. They can totally do it. And I started typing responses to all their questions. And Mark was like, what are you doing? You're just constantly typing all the time. And I explained to him and showed him the Facebook group. And he's like, you work in the media. Why don't you just make a video? So he's the one who got me started on that, just making a video and sharing it in there. And of course, I couldn't just post the videos in Disney Parks for plus-size guests without asking anyone first. So I reached out to Melanie. Melanie went to bat for me. She convinced the other administrative team members that it would be a great idea, and I started uploading my videos there. And that was kind of how the word of Pammie Plus Parks got out there and people started to watch the videos more and more. So thank you, Melanie, for giving me that like boost, that initial start, and for always being supportive along the way. And you guys have even seen Melanie in some of my videos too. She's really awesome. Next, I have to thank one of the most spectacular people I've ever met in my entire life that I would never have had an opportunity to meet if this hadn't come up. And she's like a sister from another mister. And that is my friend Karen. She is also the co-administrator of the Facebook group, and she is also one of the moderators here in this live chat. Guys, I could talk for like 2 hours about all the things that she's done and contributed, and time and funding and effort and energy and love and compassion, and just listening to me when I get frustrated and giving me advice and counseling me, and just sometimes being a shoulder to cry on and an ear that will listen, and supportive in every possible creative way that you can imagine. All the efforts that she's put into the Facebook group, the channel, and then some other great things that we have coming up in the future that I will be announcing a little bit later. Some things that are new and up and coming right now. You'll hear all about that in a minute, but Karen is a huge force behind that, and I really thank her for that. But we haven't worked on all of this by ourselves. We've had a team of volunteers: Buddy, Mary, Christina, Jenny, and also Christina's fiance Corey has been very supportive as well. And these guys have just like jumped in and helped out with that Facebook group, moderating it. They moderate these live chats, and they contribute creatively. They're like, Karen and this entire team of Buddy, Mary, Christina, Jenny, these people are the wind beneath my wings. No joke. I don't care how cheesy that sounds. And if I had a decent singing voice, I would sing a song to them right now. But you guys don't want to hear that. So, well, maybe you do. Maybe I have to do karaoke for you guys sometime. I don't know. But yeah, this team is an amazing group of people who, just one example was back in the end of April, beginning of May, I was hospitalized for a week with a near fatal illness. I still haven't completely recovered from that. I'm still doing the healing process from that. You almost die. You're going to take some time to recover. And they worked tirelessly to kind of lift some of that pressure off of me. And for a while there, they even took the whole thing, the whole shebang of the whole Facebook group off my plate and took care of everything with it, because I just couldn't do it. And if it weren't for them, I don't know what would have happened. So I'm very grateful to them. They're amazing people. And the people that are the ones who really make this whole thing possible are people like yourselves in this live chat, and the ones who are watching it afterwards, the folks who watch the videos, everybody who watches all the way through, everyone who clicks like, everyone who leaves a comment, and everyone who shares a video. All of that information is taken by YouTube. They realize, oh, this is an active community of people. Let's share these videos with more people. And then the information that we've gathered up in these videos, they start sharing it with more people who may need it, and then even more people get to know the information they need that might make a huge difference in how they travel and enjoy their trips and vacations, and maybe even have an impact that carries through to their day-to-day life. And that's because of you guys and what you do, watching the video, sharing the videos, clicking like, subscribing, and all of the folks who watch these videos who also belong to other forums or chat groups or Facebook groups where it's allowed, when it's allowed by the guidelines of those groups. You share the name of Pammie Plus Parks or a video link, or you talk about the channel, and you spread the news out there and let people know that there are resources for them. And so I thank you for that, because you're helping spread that word. And if it weren't for you wanting this information, needing this information, sharing this information, there'd be no reason for me to make these videos. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that support. And I thank you for all the cards and letters and comments that you send me. I don't always have the opportunity to respond to every single one of them directly, and I apologize for that, but the channel's actually gotten big enough, and I get so many contacts from people that I can't always respond, but I read them all. And it really means a lot to me, and I love hearing your stories about what's happened to change how your attitude is in a theme park, or your attitude about traveling, or your attitude about yourself, or having your pictures taken with your kids. And all the things that have been positive changes in your lives because of watching a video that I, put together. It really means a lot to me, so I thank you for that. And of course, the people that keep it going forward and continuing are all the people who have also contributed financially. There have been so many of you who have contributed significant amounts of funding via the super chat feature here in live chats like this one, via PayPal, and now through our new Patreon account or Patreon page. That funding is so important. You guys know how much it costs to go on vacation to like Disney or Universal, so you can imagine if you're trying to go to those places 2, 3, 4 times a month and trying to create videos, and then you're like, I mentioned earlier, one of my lights is starting to fail. Stuff fails, things break, bulbs burn out, cameras break. Things have to be replaced. Your memory card fails. Your external hard drive dies. All of these things cost money, and the funding that you guys have provided helps make sure that I can continue to have the things that we need to make these videos, and hopefully have additional resources to make even better videos, and the funds that are needed to actually go to new and different places and show you even more information. So that really helps drive the content and help me create even better and more content more frequently. And especially the Patreon folks, knowing that there's monthly contributions coming through every single month, a steady income like that, no matter what my financial situation is, that funding exists to continue the videos, and that is amazing. So thank you for that. But really, everyone, just thanks for watching. I appreciate it. All right, so let me take a look at what some of you guys are saying here in the chat, and then I'll move on to some of my announcements. Let me set my little list aside here for a second. Let me see. Let's go up a little here. Jack says, whenever I see you in my subscriptions, I immediately click. You always put a smile on my face, and that's awesome. And Jack may not necessarily be someone who needs to use these videos, but they really like the videos, and they really find that the videos make them smile. And I'll tell you what, that makes me smile. I mean, even if I'm just putting a smile on your face and making you feel happy, that is fantastic too. Art Abandonment Adventure says, I really believe that you are starting a movement to get people to share info on how accessible things are. And that just jumped. I'm sorry that jumped out of the way. You're absolutely right. I hope to be starting a movement. I hope to see more people cover different things. People who have autism and people who have epilepsy and people who are in wheelchairs to like take up the banner for their community and make their own videos. I often feel awkward making a video talking about accessibility, not having certain accessibility needs myself. It's not always comfortable for me to do that because I feel like I don't have a right to do that, but then again, no one's really providing this level of detailed information, and I hope that will happen and other people will begin to cover these things in greater detail. I'm also hoping too that I'm just bringing it to the attention of the people who need to know in different public spaces, in different theme parks, to let them know that, hey, we want to do these things. Large people want to do things. People who have mobility concerns want to do things. People with autism want to do things. People with epilepsy want to do things. And if you make a way for us to enjoy them, we're going to be so grateful and excited and happy, and there's lots of us. So please start making these attractions a little more accessible or creating special attractions for us. I see there's an amazing $50 super chat. That is amazing. Jennifer Smith, Pammie, you're such a bright light in this world. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you, Jennifer, for watching. I really appreciate it, and thank you for that amazing, super generous contribution. That is so fantastic. And it's funds like that will help me I do have like a little crusade in me. I feel like I want to not just get different theme parks and attractions and different public spaces to know that there are things they can do to make their facilities more accessible to a wider group of people. But I also want to get folks who have challenges to feel more comfortable asking for what they want and be able to do it in a way that is going to be heard, because sometimes when we complain and scream and whine and cry, it's not heard. But if we can present ourselves in a positive way and have an intelligent argument for why we want what we want, and to be assertive but also positive in the way we approach it, I think it's going to get heard more. And I would love to bring more people on board and have them feel confident about understanding they have a sense of agency, and that they have a right to say something. They have a right to ask for the things that they want, and there's nothing wrong with that. Um, and I hope that I can make some progress in those areas down the road too. It's amazing how much this making these videos. First, I just wanted to make some videos to show people how to get on and off rides, and it's actually tapped into me something deeper and more meaningful, and brought something out of me that I want to do even more. And I think that's fantastic. I see Bracken is saying that Karen is amazing. A lot of people are talking about Karen. She's great. She's helped a lot through answering questions. Um, all the moderators are amazing. You guys are absolutely right. These people are so fantastic. Let me see where we were here. El Bell says, I faced my fear and went back to the park. That made me not want to try getting on rides because of my size, using some of the tips you've given, and had a wonderful time. I'm so thankful for all you do. Man, that is awesome to hear. I love that. I'm going to try not to cry tonight because I forgot to bring a box of Kleenex over here, so you guys better not make me cry. I'm trying hard not to. Karen D'Angelo says, Tim Tracker was talking about some sensory processing signs at Aquatica the other day. I am sure that is because of what you do. I don't know. I can't imagine that the trackers have any idea who I am or have really seen me at all. I do know that my videos often will appear as suggested videos to watch next on a number of their videos, but I don't know that they see that, and I don't think they know who I am. That might just be a natural progression of something that they're doing. And you know what? Even if they were copying what I'm doing, good. Lots of people watch them. They are awesome. They are fantastic. They are positive. They are lovely. I think they are professional and fantastic, and I adore them. I watch them all the time. And if they're adding that into their mix, that's just another voice of more people talking about accessibility and sharing information. And I have no issue with that whatsoever. I think that's great. And if I had some impact on that, I'm very honored. So I don't know. Amanda says, congratulations on 2 years. Thank you very much. Somebody said that they think Tim Tracker always shows you the sensory rooms. That's great. I think that's fantastic. I think that's a great way to, like, anybody who's covering rides and attractions and details should always cover that sort of stuff. Queens New Yorker, Universal takes care of its guests with disabilities, and all of us are here to make it more enjoyable. One of our team members works right in his wheelchair at the gate, and he is so energetic. I really do want to say that you should never be afraid to ask for the things that you want and need at Universal Studios and Walt Disney World, or any of the Disney parks or Universal parks. My personal experience there, you really should never be afraid to ask for what you want anywhere. But I can tell you, you have nothing to fear at those two parks, because the team members and cast members are so well trained and so polite and so friendly and so kind and so understanding. They have made my life so happy. I can't even tell you. So definitely make sure that you talk to them and tell them what you need. Emily Dodge says, you do an amazing job of advocating not only for yourself, but for others in similar positions, and for those with sensory needs, mobility needs, etc. Your videos are extremely informative. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been plus size for almost my entire adult life. My husband has epilepsy, and back 15 or so years ago, I was diagnosed as being on the very high end, functioning end of autism. So I definitely have some understanding and experiences of sensory concerns, and I like to share that with people and let them know, like, if something bothers me and I'm on the high end of the spectrum of autism, I know it's going to bother other people. So, and I don't want to just tell you, oh, this doesn't work or this is awful. I always want to try to like share with you, well, this is not great, but here's what you can do to make it better, or here's a workaround. I want to try to make sure that I'm not just telling you what works and what doesn't work, but like how to work around things too and make spaces work for you. All right, thank you guys for all of your feedback and everything that you have shared. Continue chatting. I have more that I have to share with you. Now comes for the announcements portion of the program. There's a lot to share, so hopefully I didn't forget anything. First of all, you guys may have already noticed this if you've been really paying attention and you have a keen eye, and some of you have pointed it out already, but back about a week or two ago, I posted inside of the patrons Facebook group. There's a special secret Facebook group that's just for people who are on a certain level of patrons on Patreon. And I shared with those folks, and the patrons, I think all the patrons actually on Patreon, got a sneak peek at our new logo. Have you guys noticed that there's a new logo? Yes, we have a new logo. And I was so excited to have it because I created the first logo myself and I have no graphic design skills whatsoever. And it always bothered me because I felt like it wasn't very readable and it was missing sort of like a recognizable quality to it, and the colors weren't right, but it sort of signified some of the things I wanted it to. So when I learned that one of my favorite vloggers was a graphic artist and he was up for taking some work, up for taking on clients, when I got the funding from a patron, as soon as I had it, I went to him and I hired him to do some graphic design. And the person I'm talking about is Jeremy from the Magic Geekdom. Jeremy and his partner Kara have this amazing channel on YouTube. I have put the link down below in the description for their channel. They're one of my favorite channels to watch. An incredible, sweet couple. They're from Oregon originally. They now live in Central Florida, and some of their vlogs cover why they moved. They share with you in their new series all the best communities in Central Florida to live. Some really fantastic videos in that series. They do a lot of Disney videos and they do Central Florida attractions and stuff. They're just fun to watch. And you know what you see in their videos is what you get in person. They're lovely people. And Jeremy, I reached out to him as soon as I had the funding available, and I hired him to make a new logo for me, and he did an amazing job. Now, I'm not sure if he's still taking on clients, but if you want to work with somebody who's very professional and on point and does a great job and is super easy to work with, I highly recommend him. He did a fantastic job, and I hope to work with him again in the future because I have some ideas for t-shirts coming up. But you know what? That's my next announcement. Sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'll be finishing up the process that I need to go through to get some merchandise for Pammie Plus Parks, and it will have the new logo on it. I'm just going to start off with like some t-shirts. There is a certain level of patrons in the Patreon account who will automatically get a t-shirt. And I'll get some for myself and for the folks who are my teammates who work with me on the Facebook group and here as moderators in the live chat. Those folks will get shirts as well. But maybe I'll do tote bags and stuff and hopefully get to work with Jeremy again and create some like cute designs of stuff that you guys will love to wear, and when you purchase them, the proceeds will go back into the channel again and to make more videos. So my next thing that I've also been like losing some sleep over, like, but in a good way, is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is coming up. There are previews for annual pass holders, but it was only for like the top 3 levels of annual pass holders, and I have one of those higher level passes. Thanks to you guys and the contributions that you have made, and even just watching the videos, that helped me be able to upgrade my annual pass, which I had heard a rumor that if you had higher level passes, it might give you more access to pass holder previews in the future. So that's one of the reasons why I secured it. I didn't share that with a lot of people because I wasn't sure if it was true or not, because it was a rumor, but that was one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure I got that pass. And you know what? Turned out the rumor was true, and the higher level passes get the annual pass preview, which means I'm going to make a video sooner than opening day and have that ready for you before opening day. So even if you're going on opening day of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, you'll have that plus size mobility, accessibility, cognitive, sensory information that you're looking for Smuggler's Run and for the land in general. So, ooh, I'm so excited about this. I've thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. Oh, Susan Thurman says she's got reservations at Oga's Cantina in November. I wasn't able to get the Cantina reservations, but I think I may know somebody who does, who has some pictures, so maybe I can put together a video based on that. But I will get other areas of the park in Smuggler's Run also. And I'm really, really excited about this because I have loved Star Wars since I was a little kid. I was like 6 or 7 years old when the movie first came out, and I saw it for the first time in the movie theater. My family took me several times to see it in the movie theaters. I grew up with all the toys, with all the merchandise, with all the t-shirts and clothes and glasses and everything and dolls. It was a huge part of my life, and those stories mean a lot to me, and I know that getting to go in person and seeing it live in front of me is going to be just unbelievable, because I used to dream of living in those worlds when I was a little girl. So, you know, I just know it will be so, like I don't want to cry, I'm not going to cry. It'll be like a dream come true, literally, to go and see that. And I thank you guys for making that opportunity happen for me. And I thank God that I have the ability to make that video for you and hopefully make your trip even more relaxing and enjoyable. I'm so excited about it. I really am. And now I have another exciting thing to share with you, which you guys, if you are members of the Facebook group, you may have already seen it. And I'll post this again on Instagram tomorrow, and I have links down below for this in the description. But I am officially an ambassador for an event that's happening over the holidays in St. Petersburg, Florida, called Enchant St. Petersburg. And basically what this is it's the world's largest lighted maze. It is spectacular. I cannot wait to go to this event. Basically, I'm going to go to this event for you and cover it from, you know, especially with the sensory and cognitive concerns, mobility and accessibility concerns, all of that will be covered so you can see. The event takes place from November 22nd to December 29th at Tropicana Field. In addition to the world's largest lighted maze, there's going to be a Christmas market, there's an ice skating rink, carolers, and because this is a completely indoor event at Tropicana Field has VIP suites like all around the entire stadium, and they're going to have those VIP suites set up with special VIP experiences. If people want to buy upgraded tickets to that, they can, and make a really special event of it. But it looks like it's going to be completely magical. I hope you guys go visit the links down below and you see the videos for it. It'll just blow your mind. They've done this event a couple of different times, like 2 different years in 2 different cities. And this year they're doing it in 3 cities across the U.S. You know, I'm going to research this a little further for you and find out what the other 2 cities are, because there might be another city near you as well. But if you happen to be traveling to Florida in the Central Florida area, during the holiday season, between November 22nd and December 29th, you will definitely want to check this out. It looks amazing. But right now, they're actually having a contest for this, and the links for this are down below also. For the contest, you get like a 4-pack of tickets, a VIP experience, a gift basket, a $200 gift card to a swanky restaurant in St. Petersburg, and there's more. Oh, a hotel room so you can stay overnight. So definitely, if you know you're going to be in Florida during that time period, go down below, click on the links, register to be in that contest. That sounds like a really magical event. I'm really excited to be a part of that and get to bring that to you in one of the videos. So that'll be something you'll be seeing coming up during the holiday season from me. All right. I'm going to read a couple of your things here before I make another super, super big announcement. let's see. Tropicana Field, yes, Susan, it is where the Rays play. Um, I didn't read the post on the holiday event closely enough. You're an ambassador, that's awesome, and it's hopefully the first in you getting to do that kind of thing more often. I certainly hope so. And one of the things that happens when people reach out to me now, especially with Ripley's, when they reached out to me, which I already loved Ripley's, and I did a lot of research on this other event before I agreed to do it. I made sure I read reviews from people and saw pictures and videos from all different resources to make sure it looked like it would be something you guys would enjoy. But when people offer me things, I do make sure I research it thoroughly. I do make sure it's something that I feel comfortable endorsing and comfortable being a part of. And I want to go to things like this more often if people give me the opportunity to do it so I can share it with you, because I can't afford to like buy tickets to every single thing that comes through. But if folks are willing to allow me, to be an ambassador for their event, or if they're willing to, you know, host me for that event so I can see what it's like and then pass on to you guys what it's like. That is fantastic. And I want to be able to do more of that for you guys. Sarah's like, please let the other city be New York or Philly. That would be awesome. I'm sure like billions of people would go to that. Sarah Psychotic says your videos have helped me be able to do even more with my autistic daughter at Disney. Thank you for caring about us plus size people and those with special needs. I mean, I am a plus size person. I am autistic as well. My husband has epilepsy, so I totally get it. And I don't really talk about my autism very much because I feel like I have learned a lot of great coping skills, and because I'm on the higher end of the spectrum, I feel like I often don't feel like I have a right to talk about it, like, because I am able to I'm an adult who's able to cope with things. So I'm learning to be brave and speak about it as well, and feel like it's okay for me to share my experiences with you, even though I'm on the higher end of the spectrum. It still matters, it still counts, and because I am on it, I do have a little bit of insight that I can share that may be helpful to you, and I'm glad to do that. Let's see. I think that's good. Eric says that's cool. It sounds nice to see a video on it. Cool. Yeah, I think you guys are gonna really like that event. All right, this is the one that I've been so excited about sharing with you guys. This announcement's really, really, really big. It's something I never thought would ever happen, but I think it's going to lead to amazing new things for the Pammie Plus Parks community. Are you ready? Pammie Plus Parks now has a website. That's right. You can go to www.pammieplusparks.com and we have a website. I mean, and really, this was built from scratch by Karen. Karen built this because I have been trying to work on Facebook stuff and trying to like get video things done and trying to lay the groundwork for some video series and things coming up in the future to cover for you guys. I'm trying to be more thoughtful about the content that I'm putting together for you and put more research and effort into it and be even more detailed going forth in the future. So Karen was able to kind of pick up the mantle on this particular thing on the website and get it up and running. We already have articles posted there with photographs. In the future, you're going to continue to see more articles, photographs, videos, all kinds of information for plus size people, accessible, mobility, cognitive, sensory, dining, food allergies, Disney, Universal, Disneyland Paris, Amtrak, airlines, trains, planes, automobiles, travel around the world. And hopefully with time, it will be kind of like a one-stop shop for you guys for all the information that you need, for all of your special needs, for all of the travel everywhere. We are concentrating on Universal and Disney and Central Florida attractions to start, but it'll be kind of like the place that you can go to where all the videos will be organized and all the articles will be organized. These articles that are written by myself. They're written by the moderation team, Karen, Buddy, Christina, Jenny, Mary, the whole team. Plus, they're written by people who have actually been really trusted contributors on the Facebook group, who have tons of experience there. We've also reached out to other people, other bloggers and creators and vloggers who have experience with their particular challenges, and we've asked them to contribute and write articles, and they've been amazingly helpful. Some people have reached out to us in the past and asked us if we had a blog and would we be interested in having them write for it, and now we actually have the website, so it'll be like a blog all in one. It's really, really amazing. I will tell you that the website is really easy to navigate. It is easy to find the things that you want. It's easy to search for what you want. You can bookmark the pages of the information that you want, and then you can very easily share the link to the page or the page URL, page address with family and friends. You can put it in a text message. You can put it, in an email, whatever. It's easier for you to access that information. And those articles, as we go forward, will combine photographs and video and everything with them. And because of contributions by Jenny, one of the wonderful team members, she's been able to verify with us that the web pages are text software readable. So if you have vision challenges and you're using special text reading software that can tell you about the text that's included with pictures or with video and things that are included in the actual website itself to help you navigate through. We're working to make sure that it is completely accessible for people who have vision challenges. And I am renewing my efforts to try to make all of the videos and content that will be on that website also have better captions and be more accessible to folks who have hearing challenges as well. So this is a really big deal for us, and we hope that we'll be able to reach even more people. With the Facebook group, it's a closed group. There's a limited number of people who are in it. Not everyone has access to it. The folks who are in it can't share the stuff that's in it with people outside of the group. There's no easy way to share links or anything like that and information. If you find a comment that you really like and it's got a lot of great information on someone's post, there's a comment, there's no way to go back and find that comment again. It's not searchable, it's clunky. The tags that are on each of the posts have to be handmade, and I have a limited number of how many different tags I'm allowed to have for the whole group, and limited to the number of tags I can put on each post. And it's very time consuming, and it's turning out to be not as useful as we had hoped it would be. So with that said, I have another announcement to make. This one's not as easy to make. This one isn't as fun to make. And it's one that I took a lot of time to decide and think about. And it is that I have made the final decision to archive the Pammie Plus Parks Facebook group as of September 1st, 2019. That doesn't mean it's being deleted. The Facebook group isn't going away, but starting on September 1st, we will no longer accept any new members to the group, and we will no longer make any new posts in the group. Everything that we have to share with you for information will be on the website, but if you are a member of the Facebook group before September 1st, you'll be able to still go into that group, and you'll be able to look through everything that's in there and read articles that are in there and read posts that are in there. It won't go away. It's just being archived. So we're just not going to add members to the group, and we're not going to add information to the group, but it will still be there for you if you want to look at it. What we're going to do is concentrate our time and energy on the web page. And really, I have to tell you that it was not an easy decision to make, because I love the level of contact that I have with you guys through Facebook, but I'm on the verge. The Instagram account is growing super fast. Twitter is growing super fast, and I'm finding that I'm getting more interaction with people on Twitter and Instagram than I have been in the Facebook group. And I have the ability to have interactions with you guys in the community tab here, in the YouTube channel, and trying to run 2 Facebook groups, because I do have the secret Facebook group for the patrons, which will remain in place. and then also trying to run the original Facebook group, put together a web page, create videos, work on content in the future, and then remember, on top of all this, I have a full-time job, a husband, a house, animals, family, friends, social obligations, community obligations. I'm one woman. I'm not Wonder Woman. So I have to make some choices, and it's not an easy choice to make, but I have decided to go ahead and archive the Facebook group because we have so many other amazing tools available to us to get information to you. And really, to be honest, when I first started this out, I started out making videos, and I really want to concentrate on continuing to make videos for you guys, because in the videos I have the opportunity to show you things. And with a web page, I can continue to show you videos, and I can show you pictures as well. And I'll continue to make videos for YouTube. This is my love right here. But I will post some of the videos from YouTube on the web page, and then there may be also special shorter versions, shorter format material videos that will appear on the webpage as well. So please check out PammiePlusParks.com. Get used to, make sure you bookmark it, make it one of your favorite places to visit, and get ready to enjoy yourself there. There's going to be a ton of information that you're going to love. And I am super excited for the future that it will bring. And, I think an inside bit of information you should know about the world of social media stuff and theme parks. When I have applied to get media credentials for theme parks, the first thing they ask is, do you have a website? And I didn't have a website. And they want to know how many visitors you have to your website and how many articles you have on there, what kind of information you provide. And that's what they're really looking for, is people who not only have YouTube channels but also websites. So it was time for me to get on that. So thank you, Karen, for all that you did. Sarah's asking, Sarah Melvin asked, would there be a comments or chat area section on the website? Yes, there is. There is a place where you can also contact us and send us emails as well. Evelyn says, it's cool if Facebook is archived. You are offering so much for our benefit. We'll still have our Pammie Plus Parks info and community and other settings. Yes, it's true. You will actually have just as much community as you ever had before. Chelsea RN says, I'm so excited for Monday meetups in October. I don't know what that means. I don't have any meetups scheduled in October myself. That might be for something else. I'm not sure. Jenny says, you guys are going to love using the website. I already love it, besides any excuse for me to write stuff, because Jenny is one of our contributors on there. She's got a great article that's up already you're going to love. Shelley says, interesting to know. I'm glad to know having a website might help you get press credentials, because no one deserves it more than you. It's really not about me getting press credentials, it's about you guys getting press credentials, because when I get into things and I get into a preview, or I get additional access to stuff, or I have opportunities to ask additional questions, or in those media settings I have an opportunity to stand forth and go, hey, this is a really great attraction or ride. What do you have for mobility? What do you have for accessibility? What do you have? And I actually get to have a face with some of those people who are in charge, and I get to put a name and a face and a voice to our community at these events. So it's not like Pammie gets to go to gets press credentials and she gets to go. It means someone from our community has a voice in these things and gets to step forward and say something and ask questions, ask the tough questions, and find out the information a little further in advance. Because there's all these great press outlets that are going to these media events for these theme parks, and they're asking lovely questions, but they're not asking all the questions for the information that we need. So I would love to be that person. I would be honored to be that person to get to step forth and ask those questions and get those answers for you. And if having the website helps with that, then that's what I'm going to do. Because for me, ultimately, this whole thing, everything that I'm doing, is to get you the information you need so that you can make memories with your family and your friends that are going to last you a lifetime. Whatever I can do to make that happen, I'm going to try to move forward and make that happen. All right. So with that said, I actually have a little unboxing. I think I mistyped the name of the company here, but it is correct down in the description down below. The company's name is Gemma and Filo, I think. Oh my gosh. Maybe it's inside the package. I cut open the package. So this company got in touch with me, and what they do is they make jewelry for children that's fantasy related jewelry. And it's not going to fit me, but I have a little girl in mind that I would like to give this to. I'm kind of feeling around in here to see if they have a business card, which they didn't put in there. But if you're interested in this, this is super cute. First, it comes in this really cute pouch. And again, this is like fun jewelry for kids. And they have this really cute paper in here. The green paper with the pink is adorable. And I looked at their website, and they have this one necklace that has a unicorn on it. A unicorn on a necklace. And I want it, but it's for children, so can't have it. This is cute. It's Gemma and Filo, or Filo is the name of the company. And this is the packaging. You probably can't see the name of the company. It's very faint here. But it's a gold tone chain. And on the chain are little tulle puff balls. You have teal, mint green, yellow, pink, and purple. These are handmade in Austin, Texas. And you can find all of their full selection of really beautiful jewelry for kids at www.gemmaandfilo.com. Again, the link is down below in the description if you want to check them out. I'm just going to go ahead and open this. It's actually really packaged quite cute. Oh my gosh. This is like the most adorable thing, and I desperately want it, but it won't fit me because I'm an adult lady. This is the cutest thing. Okay, so the tulle, this rose-colored puff, it's so soft. I thought it was going to be itchy, but it's very soft. So you have rose, yellow, soft green, baby blue. This is like a teal, baby blue, purple, and a darker pink. And the way this is constructed, the chain is actually pretty smooth. And there's nothing on the chain, like no like links between things that would get caught in a little girl's hair or on child's clothing or scrape or irritate their skin. So, one of the things I have trouble with sensory-wise when I wear necklaces is sometimes the clasps on the back will irritate my neck. And the thing I notice about this is there's no clasp. It's just made to slip right over the child's head. And clasps will sometimes snag your hair, and you won't have that issue with this necklace. Now, I know a special little girl who's going to be getting this. I'm saving this for this little girl. But I think any little princess or prince, whoever, would love wearing this really cute, super cute necklace. I really like it a lot. Nice job, Gemma and Filo. This is really cute stuff. And I'm not going to lie to you, I kind of did this to show you so I could get in a video and tell them, please make this not only for adults, but for plus size adults, because I would totally wear this if it were, I would not have any hesitation whatsoever in wearing this, every day. So, and if you make that unicorn necklace that you have in plus sizes, I will be your first customer, just so you know. How cute is that? That is so sweet. I'm so glad that they reached out to me and shared this with me. I took a look at their designs online and how they were constructed, and I love that it was a smaller company here in the United States that they manufactured it. And so I was like, yeah, totally send me a sample and I'll unbox it and see how I like it. And I like it. So all right, what else do I have for you? Oh, the whole reason we're here tonight. Let's see how long. We only have a few minutes left in this live chat, but it's just enough to actually make good on my promise to talk about what the topic of tonight was, which was chosen by our patrons on Patreon, and that is the top 10 Walt Disney World rides. All right? So, you need to understand that I have been visiting Walt Disney World since December of 1971. So, some of these rides you might think are silly, but I love them and have loved them my whole life. So some of them. So let me go ahead without any further ado. And you know what? Here's the other thing. After I go visit Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and ride Smuggler's Run, this list might change. And really, over the next couple of years, with all the new rides opening at Walt Disney World, this whole list may be completely different. But this is where it stands now. Let's start off with number 10. And yes, this is in order of my love for these rides. Let's see. Number 10. What do you guys think number 10 is? Somebody said, Karen said, if your answer is not Big Thunder, you are mistaken. That was on my initial list. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, Chelsea's like, no hello from Mark. Actually, he said he wanted to maybe pop in, but I don't know if he will. Christina says, Peter Pan's Flight, I hope, is on there. Splash Mountain, Darla says. Ooh. Ooh. Sentimentality can be as important to loving a ride as the latest technology or anything like that. Well said, Shelley. Tower of Terror. Ooh. Space Mountain. Bring Mark in. You know what? You guys are so demanding. I wonder if Splash Mountain. Anybody else? Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm a little bit hung up here. We're frozen. Oh, I don't know if it'll start back up again. Somebody else says Figment, Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm watching the live chat right now and it looks like it's hung up. It says Small World, 20,000 Leagues. Okay, Buddy says I'm back. I don't see myself yet, but Susan says Pirates. Shelley says Carousel of Progress. Okay, all right. I'm still frozen on my end, so I'm wondering if maybe I need to hit refresh on my screen. Let's see if it comes back up. Give it a second. Oh, there we are. I'm back. Okay, but I wanted to make sure I was back up completely live before I started. You're asking if this is only the top 10 of Magic Kingdom. No, it's the top 10 of Walt Disney World. Journey of the Little Mermaid. Okay, these are all great guesses. But my number 10 is dun 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 dun. I'm interested. You guys pay attention and you'll see which apparently is my favorite of the 4 theme parks. But number 10 is Animal Kingdom Expedition Everest. That is the number 10 ride. This is one of my favorite roller coasters in all of the parks. I love the rickety, I love that it goes backwards. I love the big drop. I love it. I love the Yeti. I love the theming of the line. I love the seats. I love the lap bar. It's very comfortable. It's thrilling. It's fun. It's fantastic. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so number 9. What does it say? Woohoo, Disney when you had to buy the ride 71. I understand, Maria, but... All right, Robin says that that's the best roller coaster at Walt Disney World. It is. Shelley says, I have never ridden Everest. I hope to someday, but we're not doing Animal Kingdom on our upcoming trip. Well, it's a great coaster. If you ever get to Animal Kingdom, you definitely have to try it out. So number 9, Toy Story Mania at Hollywood Studios. I love this ride. I love that it's a game. I love the 3D stuff. I love the spinning. I love the spinning. I love the game. I love it. I love it. I love the Toy Story theme. I love the theme of the queue. I love the seats. Again, I love the lap bar. It's super comfortable for me. It's just, I love that you can compete with the person next to you and compete with all the people in your car. I love the competition of it. It is one of my absolute favorite rides. I get excited about it. Now, what I'm trying to share with you are rides that if I am able to get on whatever ride I want to get on when I go to the different parks, these are the rides that I would choose to go on before anything else. All right. Kelsey says, I love Toy Story Mania. It's so fun and I enjoy beating my boyfriend's booty. I mean, come on. I love beating Mark at that game too. It's the only one I beat him at, so. Number 8, this shouldn't be any surprise to you guys whatsoever. One of my all-time favorites. Love it, love it, love it. Star Tours at Hollywood Studios. Of course I love it. It's a great ride. Again, another great queue. I think it's a lot of fun. The seats are not as comfortable as some other rides. However, if you've watched my video, you know that they have certain seats on certain rows that actually open up and allow you to sit down. The seat belts on the ride are very accommodating. And I mean Darth Vader's in it, and Chewie, and like all my favorite characters. I once even got to be the Rebel spy. What's not to love? I do love the 3D part of it. I love it so much because it's Star Wars. All right, number 7. Number 7 is really special. I hear Mark laughing in the living room, so he's not watching this. Or he is, and he's laughing at me. I don't know what he's doing out there, but he's cackling out there by himself, so I don't think he's going to come in here, guys. He's watching something that's tickled his fancy. Joanne Loves Disney says, I wonder if they will be taking out Star Tours since Galaxy's Edge is opening. I don't know. I don't think so. Zipper Kitten says, I never even thought about enjoying the queue lines before I started watching your videos. I can't wait to see them. They're like some of the best stuff. Actually, speaking of Mark, when I talked about him earlier, this is Mark's favorite ride. Do you guys remember what Mark's favorite ride is? He said it a number of times in many different videos. Zipper Kitten says, come say hi, Mark. He's going to love this. He'll read this later and he'll be like, everybody likes me more than you. Let's see, I'm going to let a couple people answer what you guys think Mark's favorite ride is. Karen says, I can't remember. I'm a bad friend. You guys both love Tigger, so I'm surprised you Tigger twins don't remember what one another's favorite rides are. I'm waiting, you guys. You got to guess. You said, Chelsea says, remember the video where she got that Arctic Coke? That was the first video of hers I watched, and I still want one so bad. Okay, Shelly keeps saying it. She knows. Is it Pooh? Pooh's one of his favorites. Maybe he's watching and laughing because you said you'd beat him on Toy Story Mania. No, he would barge in here and say that I was lying, but I have beat him. Oh, Marie said you had to buy tickets per ride in Disney in 1971. Yeah, you had to buy tickets for each ride all the way through the 80s. Country Bears, Peter Pan. Let's see. All right, well, I'm just going to go ahead and say it because Shelly keeps saying it over and over again. She must be super frustrated. It's the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. That's Mark's favorite ride. And because that's his favorite ride, it's also one of my favorite rides because he's so excited when we stand in line for it. He's so happy when we're on the ride. I always let him sit in the front because should I say let him? I mean, there's no way I could stop him from sitting in the front so he can go up and down. And his favorite thing to do on that ride is to try to get me wet when I'm sitting in the back seat. Yeah, that's his favorite thing. I think that's why he loves it the most, is to try to get me wet on that ride. Lydia Ferrer says, hi, you need to make more videos. I really enjoy them. I'm totally gonna make more videos. You got it. The Arctic Coke is amazing, you guys, and that's at Universal Studios inside the annual pass holders lounge, and I think that's still open. They were supposed to close it in March, and they decided to keep it open. And I haven't been in there in ages. I need to swing by the next time at Universal Studios and get another one because it was so good. It was so yummy and like so refreshing. All right, so on to the next. Number 6. My number 6 ride, ladies and gentlemen, takes us back to Hollywood Studios, back to Toy Story Land, and on to Slinky Dog Dash. Yes! Let me tell you something. When I was at the Toy Story Land opening on that morning, and after having gotten there at 4:15 in the morning and standing in line to get into the park at 6:30 a.m. and like rushing as fast as my little corgi legs could take me to get in line, the whole time my heart was in my throat. I was terrified because I really hadn't seen a whole lot or had much of a confirmation about whether or not that ride was going to work for plus size people. And I just wanted it to work for me so badly because I knew if it worked for me, it would work for a lot of other people. And I was so excited to be there for that grand opening of that land, and so excited to be able to cover that for you. So like I have like such a treasured memory of that ride because of that experience, and then getting onto it and climbing in and having it be easy to step into, the seats being generously sized, individual lap bars, and then the ride itself is thrilling without being terrifying, you know? Like there's no real drop, there's no like straight down drop. They're like banked turns that slope downwards. So you still like get that thrill with the ride without it being like terrifying. It's a great first adult roller coaster for a young kid. And my favorite part of that ride are the bunny hills, where everybody's going, I'm like, whee! I love that part. That's my favorite part. So yeah, that particular ride, Slinky Dog Dash, has a special place in my heart because of you guys, actually. And my number 5 ride is a huge sentimental favorite for me because it reminds me so much of my grandfather. And my grandfather, he was in World War II. He had been in 7 of the major battles in World War II in the European theater, and he had some damage to his ears, which affected his equilibrium and would cause him to have vertigo. So there weren't a ton of rides that he could go on and fully enjoy, but this is one of those rides, and it was incredibly magical to me. And I loved getting to sit next to him and ride with him on this ride. Now, he was a huge Disney fan, a huge Walt Disney fan, a Disney film fan, and a Magic Kingdom fan. And he loved taking me. I'd go all the time. He'd take me all the time to Magic Kingdom. But this is our special ride, Peter Pan's Flight. So this is just, it's such a short ride, such a long line and such a short ride, but they pack so much magic into that ride. I love it so much. I think if I could just, if I had the opportunity to turn that into like an hour-long ride, I totally would. If I could ride it several times in a row, that would be awesome. Chelsea says, I hold on to the bars on roller coasters. You're totally a Gryffindor. I am a Gryffindor. You are right. Marie McAllister says, my life with rock and roller coasters for the surge of back surgeries later. I do it all over again. That's a fantastic roller coaster. Zipper says, I ride roller coasters like a Hufflepuff. That's so funny. People are liking the top 10 list. Maybe I'll do more in the future. I don't know. So number 4, we once again revisit Hollywood Studios, USA. We're back in Toy Story Land, folks. And we're going on Alien Swirling Saucers. I know. It's not everyone's favorite ride because it seems kind of old-fashioned. But it reminds me of carnival rides when I was a kid, like the Whip It ride. It just kind of whips you around, and the music is fun. And if you go on the ride at night, there's lights and music. And it's kind of like a little bit of a disco situation. And it's just, whee, because you spin and you get whipped around. But it's not like too jarring on your body. I don't know. It's just fun. It's a fun ride. And it's just long enough. And again, this is a ride that I rode on the grand opening day of Toy Story Land. And I already knew that this ride was going to work for plus size people because you could tell just by looking at it, and I was able to walk up to the side of the ride and see, oh, that's totally going to work for me. But I think one of the other reasons why I love it is because it's a great ride for smaller kids too. And they have seatbelt extenders for the ride. So it's one of those rides that moms and dads and grandpas and grandmas are going to be able to go on with the kids and make special memories. And so I guess this kind of reminded me of my childhood and going on rides like this with my mom when I was a little kid. So it's reminiscent of that, and it's just a fun ride. And the theming of the line is really fantastic too. Okay, number 3 is another one of my sentimental favorites. This one reminds me of my grandmother because this was my grandmother's favorite ride. And Mark and I love this ride, and whenever we get the chance to, we make sure we always go on it whenever we're at Magic Kingdom. I'm never going to say no to this ride. I have never ever said no to this ride, and I never will say no to this ride. If anyone goes, hey, do you want to go on this ride? I'll be like, yes. Yes, I do. I don't care if I'm on the other side of the park. I will cross the entire park just to go on this ride. I think you guys think it's, I bet you think it's Space Mountain, don't you? You're close, sort of. It goes through Space Mountain. It's the People Mover. I love the People Mover. My grandmother was a huge chicken, giant chicken. She liked People Mover. She liked the carousel. She would go on Dumbo with me and things like that. But yeah, she would not. My grandmother would not go on Peter Pan's flight. That's the level of chicken she was at. She could not get on because it was a boat, and she was this is her explanation to me. I get seasick, so I can't go on Peter Pan's flight. And I'm like, it's not in water. But just knowing she was getting into a boat made her nervous, even though it wasn't in water. So People Mover was the ride that I would ride with her. And now with Mark, we love getting on this ride, especially on a hot day and your feet are tired. The line's usually not that long. You can actually put your feet up on the, sit opposite one another. The two of us sit opposite each other and then put our feet up on the other side. And you have a nice little breeze as you go through. It doesn't matter how hot it is. There's still wind moving and it feels good. And actually, the People Mover, people say the new Skyliner, they're worried about that being super hot. But I kind of think that it's going to be fine because the People Mover doesn't move as fast as the Skyliner will, or I don't think it does. And if you can get cool on a day when there's a heat index of 115 degrees out, when you're sitting on People Mover, you're definitely going to be fine inside the Skyliner because there are windows, the way the windows are cracked and how they're vented. I think you're going to get that same air pull through there, and I think it's going to be a nice cool place to relax. And the way they have it set up is you're not supposed to stand on it. You have to be seated in a wheelchair, ECV, or on a bench. So that might be a great way to relax going between resorts or parks. But anyhow, People Mover, love it. Okay, my number 2 ride. I think this one is probably, Karen says, I want to ride the People Mover just to see Space Mountain with the lights on. It's awesome. It's funny because I've actually seen vloggers who go to the parks all the time who have said, this is my first time ever seeing the lights on People Mover for Space Mountain, and they've made 500 or 600 videos, and I'm like, really? I've seen it a million times. I swear, every third or fourth time I'm at Magic Kingdom and I go on that ride, the lights are off or lights are on. So I don't know. It seems like it happens all the time. I hope it happens for you, Karen. It's pretty cool. Lacey says Carousel of Progress is fun to watch. I wish they would update the last part, though. They are going to do that. They're actually working on that. Chelsea says it's nice to have rides you can go on with everyone like that. My mom won't go on any ride, so it's nice to know ideas for a size accessible one that may be mild. True. That is always great. Lacey says she saw it in 1962 at the World's Fair and saw one change on the last part, but it has been a long time since they redid it. Yeah, I think they're going to update the entire thing, actually, Lacey, for Carousel Progress. Okay, so number 2. Let's see. Drum roll for number 1. Well, I haven't even told you number 2 yet. We'll get there. We got stuck on the People Mover in Space Mountain. Well, that's kind of cool. Because at least it's air conditioned, right? Number 2 is also one of Mark's favorites. There's no way I would ever go to this park and not get on this ride. This is an Animal Kingdom ride, and it is my favorite ride at Animal Kingdom at this time, and it is Kilimanjaro Safaris. It's, I believe, a 25 to 28 minute ride, depending on how quickly the vehicles are moving through and if there are any animals in the pathway. But you ride through a jungle safari. If you guys have not been on this ride, it is remarkable. I will tell you that the safari vehicles are very like jarring and bumpy and lumpy because they are literally safari vehicles. So if you don't have a good back, it can be kind of tough to go on for sure. But it's real easy to walk onto the vehicles. It's the seating is comfortable. The benches are comfortable. There's plenty of leg room. There's no restraints. They don't overload the rows. So like when Mark and I go together, we say we have a party of two, they usually just give us the entire row to ourselves unless it's a super, super busy day. Then they'll put two other people in the row with us. But they always make sure there's plenty of room in your row and you have lots of room to spread out and relax and you're not super hot or crowded. But being able to see all those animals out in a beautiful habitat that they have created for them is fantastic. It's spectacular. There have been times when there's an ostrich right here, or like we've had a rhino right, like just literally if I leaned out of the car, I could touch the rhino. And to be that close to an animal like that is just the most incredible thing at all. Hey Pammie, please check and see if Disney is going to put security cameras in the individual gondolas for Skyliner at Disneyland in Anaheim. My ex... Oh. Yeah, I have no idea if they're going to be doing that. I imagine that they would. It only makes sense. I would not do that in a vehicle like that because there's going to be lots of other people in there with you, so that would be a bad idea. I had rhinos stop us during my last ride. Yeah, I've actually had that happen before where there's been a rhino in the path of the vehicle and you just have to wait till it moves because they don't make it move out of the way. It does whatever it wants to do. Good night, Queens, New Yorker. Thank you for joining us tonight. Marie McAllister said, I've been worried about whether or not it would be too hot to ride. We ride it in the middle of summertime. You're in a covered vehicle. The windows are open, and it pretty much, unless they completely stop for an animal that's in the path or when they pause to show you certain animals and exhibits, the vehicle stays moving and there's always airflow. And I have never felt very hot on the ride. You should know that the whole vehicle from like where your hips up is completely open and there's a cover all the way over you. So you're not in glaring sunlight. And like I said, the vehicle's moving along, so there's airflow. It's not too hot at all. I definitely recommend it. All right, I think you guys are going to guess what the number one ride for me is at Walt Disney World. Number one, Alyssa's doing the little drum roll. Living for this list, by the way, but okay, now it's time for a drum roll for number one. Shelly, stop it! Really? For real, Shelly. Knock it off. You're terrible. You're guessing all this stuff. Big Thunder, Haunted Mansion. What else? Who else? Does anybody else have anything? Any other guesses that it might be? Shelly's acting like she's going to get a prize, but I don't have a prize for you, Shelly. Carousel of Progress. Kelsey also says Haunted Mansion. Joanne says Splash Mountain. Maggie says Small World. Alyssa also says Small World. What else? And Shelly, yes, Shelly, you've watched a lot of videos for sure. She's like got all the inside information. Maybe I ought to do like a quiz or something like this for you guys to see if you've been watching the videos. Tiki Room is not a ride, but that is a great guess, Joanne. If Tiki Room is a ride for you, I don't know what you're doing in there. Maybe if you're on a scooter it is. Dinosaur, that's a great guess. Zipper Kitten says the zipper. There's no zipper at Walt Disney World. Kristen says, are you going to be able to make it to the Haunted Mansion anniversary? No, it's on the other coast, and I live in Florida, so it's in California. I won't be there. Darla says, Haunted Mansion is one of the few rides I can remember from 22 years ago. Maggie just noticed the sloth in the background. Yeah, that's from Animal Kingdom, from Rainforest Cafe. Carousel, Pirates. All right, you guys. Justin, you have it. Shelly, you have it. There are a couple other people who had the guess correct. It is Haunted Mansion. When I was a really little girl, like when I was a baby, essentially, I was like a year and a half old, my dad took me on Haunted Mansion and I lost my mind with screaming and fear and terror, and my dad thought it was the best thing ever. So he made sure to bring me on that ride every time we went to the park, because he thought it was funny that I got scared all the time. So flash forward a few years. This is all my father's fault, by the way, for taking me on that ride over and over and over again and desensitizing me to horror. So when I was a little kid in the Tampa Bay area, we had Channel 44 TV had a Saturday afternoon double feature called Creature Feature that was hosted by Dr. Paul Bearer. So I would watch these horror movies on the weekends, and my mom would be like, "Don't let her watch those, she'll have nightmares." And my dad would be like, "It's great, it's good for her, make her tough." So I would watch these horror movies, and I loved watching them because I liked the Haunted Mansion ride. And then I grew up to be like a really big fan of horror movies, and I love haunted houses, and they scare the living bejeebas out of me, except for Haunted Mansion. I just think that's delightful. But oh, haunted stuff, horror things like Hollywood horror, or Universal Studios Horror Nights, Hallow Scream, all that stuff terrifies the living daylights out of me. If you saw my Tower of Terror video, you knew I was scared to death of that thing. There's a couple of rides with characters and stuff like that at Universal Studios. Scares the living daylights out of me, and guess what? I love it. I don't know why, but I love horror movies. I love getting scared. I love it when people scare me. Don't try to like hunt me down and scare me. That's not cool. That's creepy. But I mean, when the characters try to scare me, I think that's fun and funny. And I just have always had a thing for like the classic Universal movie monsters, the Monster Squad. I love them, all the classic monsters. And I love Haunted Mansion. There's just something about it that combines my love of like horror and my love of fear and my love of thrills, but it's also really cute. To me, it's really cute. It's creepy, but it's cute. I don't know. It's just a fun ride. And the thing that used to scare me the most on that is when you go into the stretching room at the end where they have the person hanging from the gosh, how creepy is that for a little kid, and all the screaming and the sound of broken glass. Oh, that used to scare the living daylights out of me, but I just love it. I loved it then and I love it now. Chelsea asks, do you like the monster cereals? Yes. Boo Berry's my favorite. I like Frankenberry. I love Count Chocula. What's the one with the wolf? Oh, I can't remember. And then there was the Mummy as well. But Boo Berry was my favorite. Karen says, Haunted Mansion was great. It's no Big Thunder, but it's great. Somebody likes Big Thunder. I love Big Thunder too. It was really hard for me not to have that on the list. Jennifer Smith says, Trackers just had a video showed new stuff for Haunted Mansion anniversary and special event in Florida with Madame Leota in her mortal state. Can get a death certificate and special merchandise. It's tomorrow. Go. I have to work. I have an actual full-time, I never didn't realize they were doing it here in Florida as well, but I actually have a real full-time job and I cannot go. Something you guys may not realize, that when there are special events like that, or I'm attending a preview, or I'm going to the grand opening of something and it's on a weekday, I take my vacation time, and instead of going on vacation, I do that. So I have to know about stuff like more than 2 weeks in advance and plan well ahead so I can take time off from my job to be able to go and actually film these things. So I can't just take off tomorrow and go do that. I would love to. I don't live close enough to be able to do that either, because I live from the Disney parks, I live about 2 hours away. So the time that it would take to get there and to try to get back, and I have to work the day. Like tomorrow's Thursday, and then trying to race up there and do it, and then race back home and go to work the next day. It's too much. Like I said earlier, I'm one woman, not Wonder Woman. So I have to kind of choose what I can and can't do. But I tell you what, if I can do that Haunted Mansion thing, if I had known about it further in advance, I would have loved to do it. But it is what it is. I'll just have to appreciate it from afar. I'll watch their video. I'm so glad they covered it, though. Any advice? Disney Mo 82 asks, Pammie, any advice for doing the parks with bad knees? I am taking my mom and she's really freaking out about it. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, what I've heard a million times over from people in a similar situation is get a scooter. Get a scooter. And here's the thing, if you're hopping, if you're planning to park hop, you have to turn your scooter in, hop to the next park, and then go and take your receipt and go get another scooter. And depending on the time of year you're going and whether or not it's busy, you may or may not have, especially later in the day, all the scooters may be rented out. So my personal recommendation is to look into renting a scooter from an outside company. And if you're staying on property, and even if you're not, they're usually able to deliver, many of these companies are able to deliver the scooter to your hotel. And then they pick it up from you at the end of your stay. And you're able to actually take those scooters from park to park on different forms of transportation. You can get on a scooter on a friendship boat, on a ferry. They can go on the Skyliner when that opens up. They can go on the monorail. They can go on everything. The only thing you can't go on with the scooter that is a form of transportation is the steam train inside of Magic Kingdom. They can't take a scooter on that. I don't think they have a spot for that. I might be wrong about that. You know what? I'm going to have to look into that and actually do a video for that for you. I know they have a spot to fold up your wheelchair and put your wheelchair on it. And I think you can go on your wheelchair and stay in your wheelchair, but I don't think you can bring an ECV on it. I'm going to have to look into that for you. Orlando Theme Park 360 says you walk 2 to 5 miles just in the resort per day. Rent a third-party ECV. It's cheaper. You can just use it everywhere. And he's absolutely on point with that. Brian, you're 100% right. I really think that you need to think about a scooter. If you guys haven't checked him out already, Orlando Theme Park 360 has his own channel here on YouTube, and he is fantastic. I'm excited about some updates he's making to his channel coming up and new content that he's going to be publishing. He's also really active in the vlogger community in Central Florida, especially for theme park vloggers. And I want to thank him publicly among all the people that I thanked earlier. He actually did me a huge solid, and he went through and viewed some of my videos. I think it was more than one. And he gave me a whole ton of great advice on what I could do to make the videos more watchable, editing tips, and just some tips and techniques and tricks and things I could do to make the videos more interesting, informative, and enjoyable. So if you are a vlogger and you're watching this and you're looking for someone to help you out, reach out to him and see if he can maybe assist you with that. He gives really great advice. He was wonderful. Terry Ann says the scooter companies are great. Definitely get one for her. It will make her trip more enjoyable. Hey, if you guys ever have any concerns with a family member not wanting to rent a scooter because they feel embarrassed about it, the advice that I've given to people, and they've reported back to me and said that this works great, is go ahead and rent a scooter. And for your family member who's like, I don't want to ride in that, say, it's not for you. It's for the family or for our party. It's for everybody. It's not for you. And then all the adults in your party can take turns riding it. Everybody can put their bags in it. And at some point, when you can tell that member of your family who really needs it, you can just, everyone pretend that you don't want to ride on it, because believe me, everybody's going to want to ride on the scooter. And then that person will get in it and start riding around, and they'll be like, yes. And also, if you're in a scooter, it will help you. If there's a parade or a show, you can find a cast member and ask them if there's a good spot to go to, and they'll help you find a great spot to put the scooter, and your person who's in the scooter can just stay in it and still have a good view of the area around them to watch the show or fireworks or parade or whatever's going on. So it's it can actually be really super helpful. So definitely consider doing that. Brian also says, I love the scooter. It's your turn to run over bad guests. I personally don't endorse that, but I totally get it. Marie McAllister says, oh my God, you live 2 hours away from Disney. You are dedicated to us. Yeah, for sure. I am dedicated to you guys. I'm dedicated to getting you this content. You guys, we have been chatting for an hour and a half. it is time to say goodnight because it is almost 9:30 on the dot. And, I kind of want to hang out with Mark. I know you guys wanted to hang out with Mark, but I really want to hang out with him. And I'm going to tell him that you wanted to hang out with him while I'm hanging out with him. Disney Mama says, love my first live stream. Oh, awesome. Thank you for joining us. New to the channel and had been binge watching your videos over the past week. You're such an inspiration and a total ray of sunshine. Oh, from Scotland. I love Scotland. I love my Scottish friends. You're the best. Oh, gosh. Belinda says, more top 10. If you guys want more top 10 lists and you like them, let me know. Leave a note down in the comments. Let me know if there's particular top 10 that you want me to cover. Let me know what that is. I'll do for you what you want me to do, but you gotta let me know what you want. Put that down in the comments and let me know. That would be so fantastic. And don't forget to visit PammiePlusParks.com, the new website. I hope you will check it out and, leave us a note there. Leave us a message there. Hopefully we'll start building up a list of email addresses and we can send you alerts when new stuff comes out, or maybe a newsletter or something like that. But come visit us over there. Leave comments on the articles. If you have any questions or things that you want to know, you can leave comments on those articles, I believe, as well, or ask any questions over there too. And I hope to see you over on PammiePlusParks.com, and I'll be seeing you more here in future videos. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for blessing me with this ability, this passion project, for letting me do this, for letting me cover these videos. Thank you for supporting me emotionally, financially, in every way that you have to help kind of give a voice to our different communities and hopefully make a big difference out there that goes beyond just theme parks and travel and maybe into our day-to-day lives. And I hope someday to have a much bigger reach and a much bigger voice and to really be an advocate for all of our communities. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity and all that you've done to support me in this. And I'm excited for our future together. And I hope you guys have a magical night. And remember, life is a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride. Good night, everyone.